Hold on, I need to give this video a couple of seconds before I say what I want to say because I want to make sure that it still gets monetized. YouTube always checks the first couple seconds of the video, so hold on. Just hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second, and I'll say exactly what I've been wanting to say for many, many years. A little bit more. Close to 30 seconds. Hold on. I wonder if this is how long it took Denji. Okay, I'm going to say it. Handjobs are underrated, okay? I think they get a bad rap. And personally, I like myself a good old-fashioned every now and again. Now, I know a lot of people say, like, why would you do that? I mean, you could just do it yourself, yada, yada. It's not the same. It's not the same. It's always better. You add in some eye contact, some heavy breathing, maybe some dirty talk. You know, you get that kind of connection going. You just lay back and let it happen. I mean, I think handjobs are under... Yeah, I like them. I think they're neat, okay? I think they're neat. I have not done an individual chapter review for Chainsaw Man in about a month or two. But like, how could I pass up this? How could I pass up the opportunity to talk about this chapter? What the hell, man? All right, so I'm going to come at this and... I'm going to come at this in two ways, okay? I'm going to talk about the absurdity and the humor of this chapter, but then I'm going to try to analyze it on a little bit of a deeper level if you can stay with me, okay? All right. Look, despite my preference for enjoying handjobs themselves, this is a very awkward chapter. But there's a couple of things going on here we need to talk about. First of all, I don't even know how Shonen Jump got away with this. Like, I know that Chainsaw Man really, you know, I know it's really edgy, okay? I know that we've gone there before. We've done some wild shit. But I wasn't expecting the straight up Neon Genesis Evangelion, you know, ending there. I mean, I don't even know if I can show this on YouTube. Like, I don't even know. I would love to use the hand as the thumbnail, but I don't think I can. What is going on here? All right, so I haven't talked about Chainsaw Man in a while, so I don't know if I feel the need we need to recap or not. But essentially, after we now have this team up of our characters and Denji had his body all put back together, he's looking for Nayuta, but he is so distracted because, of course, he gets incredibly horny. And look, let's not sugarcoat this. Every once in a while, you use getting off as a method to kind of decompress, to kind of center yourself, to get that post-nut clarity. All right, it's a real thing. It happens. All right, let's not beat around the bush here. Let's just talk about it for real. Every once in a while, when you're very pent up and you're very stressed, it helps to just release a little bit. I know the NoFap community is going to disagree with that, but I'm just saying in general, in many, many guys' lives, sometimes it's better just to get that nut out so that you can go on with the rest of your day. It's not even about sex. It's not about, you know, perversion. It's just that, like, I am so stressed. And then you just have that chemical dopamine release and you're like, all right, I can reset and I can do something now. All right, it happens sometimes. And that is what's happening with Denji. Why we are tackling that within this manga, it has been a theme throughout the entire series of Denji's inability to focus because of how badly he wants to get laid and how much his sex drive and his libido kind of takes over him. And this is not uncommon for this manga to tackle. But time and time again, this one I'm going to try to get a little bit more serious, all right? But time and time again, every single time there's an opportunity to release that himself sexually, it's always in a backstabbing kind of way or in a way that's not genuine whatsoever. It's always somebody taking advantage of him or even making him feel uncomfortable doing it at a time where he doesn't want to or a time where he doesn't trust the person at hand or that he's just overwhelmed with the situation. Also, remember, Denji's young. You know, it's not like he's been through these scenarios. You know, it has like the confidence from the history of it or anything like that. So, you know, all of this is still very taboo for him. Like, it's still something beyond his realm of understanding, right? So you have that happen, and you have like the humor of saying, you know, Katana Man being like, all right, let's go to the brothel. Brothel's not there. And then you have Yoru who gets fed up with it, and he's like, you know what? She's like, I'm just going to cut off your dick. By the way, I don't think that would help. I think you have to cut off the balls. I think you got to do the castration. I don't think it's the balls, not the dick. But anyways, she's here. She's going to cut off his dick. And she reaches down to squeeze his balls, which, by the way, She says, if I crush your balls, will that get you in the mood? And then apparently it does, actually. So we found out something new about Denji today. Personally, you know, I like them fondled, but not crushed. And what you find here is that Yoru kind of gets caught up in the heat of the moment. Now, obviously, we are dealing with high fantasy, exaggerated, I'm going to cut your balls off and then that gets you in the mood. I mean, this is Chainsaw Man. I mean, this is not like your casual everyday back alley hand job. This is a Chainsaw Man hand job. So this is completely different. All right, but I think the underlying sentiment between the scene is that she recognizes something that she didn't know about herself, whether that's because of the influence of Asa or what it may be, because obviously Asa likes Denji, but she's refusing to admit it to herself. And obviously Denji likes Asa. They already had that moment with the date and everything. So, and you could say, yeah, Denji falls for like any pretty girl, which is fair, but there is a connection there and there is a history there. And as I've been saying all through Chainsaw Man Part 2 is that this is the couple that's going to form because these are both the socially awkward, ostracized, people that don't really know how to connect, don't know how to communicate, don't really have really close relationships, don't have really close friends. And it's all about that idea of actually being able to connect with somebody on a deeper level. And I know on the surface, giving somebody a back alley hand job doesn't seem like much of a connection, but oddly enough, it becomes one because both of them kind of forget the world around them in this moment. I know it's not the most romantic thing that could happen, but it's just the idea of being caught up within the heat of the moment and letting that physicality kind of take over. When you are completely intimate with somebody, it is like the entire world disappears or like all of your problems go away just for a brief moment. It's kind of like a release, not just stress-wise, but it's a release from having to, I guess, be a person in the real world. Basically what I'm saying is it gets you out of your head. It stops you from thinking and stressing and makes you kind of grounded in that moment, right? And when it's happening with somebody that you actually care about or you actually like on some level, it's a completely different level than all of the awkward scenarios that Denji has had before. Not that this isn't completely awkward, but I think it goes kind of hand in hand with that. Hand in hand. The only thing that could be controversial here is the fact that it's clearly Yoru doing this to Denji, and in these final moments here, it seems that Asa regained control. So could that, in one respect, be a sexual assault scenario? How is Fujimoto going to play it? Is he going to try to play it up for humor, or is he going to try to take this in a serious direction? Is this something that Asa is going to hate Denji for? Is she going to blame him as opposed to Yoru? I mean, there's definitely going to be something extremely awkward here. It's kind of unclear if the final panels are played completely for humor or if this is going to go into a much darker direction with this idea, even though, like I said, I do believe that Denji and Asa are kind of destined to end up together. But, I mean, it's not like Asa was completely consenting in this moment, so yeah, that could be a problem. But when you think about the history of Chainsaw Man, how else could a moment like this ever happen? Like, how else could we ever have a moment where Denji finally gets with a girl and gets off, his first real sexual experience? Like, obviously it was going to be some kind of awkward back alley, I'm going to cut your balls off scenario, right? Like, this is Chainsaw Man. It wasn't going to be some beautiful, let's lay a blanket down by the lake during the sunset, no, it was going to be this. But I just can't believe they got away with it in the in Shonen Jump. I mean, like I know that Chainsaw Man's gone there before, but it's never gone here, kind of wild. I think there is, deeper context to this, like I tried to explain. At the same time, it continues the absurdity and just pure sexual humor that Chainsaw Man has. And I don't think anybody saw this coming. Anyways, guys, let me know what you thought about this chapter down below. Are you going to keep reading Chainsaw Man, or is this it? Like, Chainsaw Man reached its climax, and so you're done. Also, before you leave the video, special shout out to a Patreon subscriber of mine. Check this out. If you guys like manga with dicks in it, you're going to enjoy this. Yeah, I'd like to shout out my Patreon supporter, Jersum, and their ongoing manga called DICKHEAD, which is pretty much exactly what it sounds like, a Chainsaw Man-inspired manga that takes place in a post-apocalyptic world where a young girl defends herself from bandits using a penis monster contract. If you like wacky, wild, and insane shit in your manga, then it's probably going to be right up your alley. It's got 2 chapters out on Manga Dex right now that are insanely silly, and I think something that is definitely worth checking out. That's gonna give you more than you, well, I can't exactly show it all on YouTube, but if Denji getting a hand job wasn't enough for you and you want to take it to that next level, then maybe this one will be for you. I'll link the Manga Dex page down below, as well as their Twitter and Instagram, so you can go follow and support, go show them some love, tell them Ryan sent you, and have yourself a laugh with Dickhead. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Please give the video a thumbs up, a comment, let me know what you think down below, and I guess I'll see you guys next time, maybe.